This is my role play for structural family therapy. Hi, welcome. My name is Kelly. I'm going to be working with you today in the following weeks. What's your name?
Katie.
Nice to meet you, Katie. And before we get started, I just want to go over a few things. There's a confidentiality clause that comes with our center, and everything that's discussed between you and I stays between you and I. And if you tell me that you have thoughts or feelings of harm to yourself, or you're going to harm someone else, then I would have to break that confidentiality. And just so you know that. Is that okay with you?
Yeah.
Okay, so can you tell me what brought you in today?
Well, I'm a sophomore. I've been in college 2 years. And recently I've been feeling really down. I went to my doctor a couple weeks ago and I told him how I was feeling, and he prescribed me some Lexapro because he said I was depressed.
Okay.
But he also wanted me to come to therapy too. So that's why I'm here. But over the summer when I came home, my mom started to notice that I was down and just not acting myself.
Okay.
And now that I'm back at school, I'm so not motivated to do homework, to get up and go to classes,
Okay.
to do even fun things that I usually would want to do. I'm just not in the mood for. And I just feel like when I'm not at home that I need to be calling home and checking up on things that are going on at home.
Okay. I hear you're not motivated to do much anymore, and you are on some medication prescribed to you by your physician. And I do hear that you mentioned something that you always feel like you need to call your home and check up on things. Can you tell me about your family?
Well, it's me and my mom. My dad just moved out. And it's my younger sister. I'm really close with her, and I have a younger brother. But I'm not really close with my younger brother because he just has better things to do. He's always doing his own thing. So we're not really very close. And I live about an hour away from home. So if I wanted to go home, I could go see them.
Okay.
That's home.
Okay. And how old is your brother and your sister?
My brother is 16 and my sister is 13.
Okay. So you told me that you and your sister are more close than you and your brother.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And you said that your father recently moved out. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Well, my parents have, for as long as I can remember, haven't really got along very well. And they've been fighting a lot, and it seems like it's our fault. Like, me and my brother and sister, like, it always gets pushed on us, like it's their stuff, and they're just putting it on us. And they just never agree on anything. Even little things, like fun things like going on family vacations, they can't even get along long enough to plan a family vacation, so we just haven't been going. So when he moved out, it was just kind of a build-up of years of disagreements.
Okay. Okay, so I hear you saying that your parents often get into some fights over some major decisions, and it doesn't help your family. And are you usually present for these fights? Are your siblings present, or is it when they're just by themselves, or?
No, they bring us into it.
Okay. And how so do they bring you into it?
Well, say when Dad was still living with us, and even now, but when he was still living with us, it would be him and Mom would be fighting, and then they would say, Katie, can you believe your dad's saying this? Mom would say, can you believe your dad's saying this? Kind of like pulling us into the argument, making us take sides.
Okay. So it kind of sounds like you're taking on a different role rather than just the daughter and just trying to stay out. Your mom's trying to bring you in on that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And also, when I was trying to decide where I was going to school, both parents were butting heads on where I was going to go to school, which should have been my choice to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
But Mom had one idea and Dad had one idea, and they were just pushing it on me. And since Dad is the one who financially is supporting my school, that's where I ended up at school.
Did you feel like you made the right decision for yourself, or did you feel like you were stuck in the middle of pleasing your parents? And you chose maybe a school that your mother wanted or a school that your father wanted?
I mean, I like the school I'm at, but I really think if that had been totally up to me, I probably would have went to a different school.
Okay.
But my dad's supportive, and I don't think it was a bad choice.
hmm So did you choose one of the schools your parents wanted you to go to? Which parent?
Dad,
Your dad, okay. So I hear that he put some money in your account and he financially supports you. Can you tell me a little bit about how he assists you with the money?
well, he puts $200 in my account every week.
Okay,
So
okay.
that's nice to have.
So I just want to continue on and recap what I think I'm hearing you say is that your mother and your father, haven't gotten along in a long time, and you've had to sometimes step in, and your mom's trying to bring you into the fight when you don't think that's right for you, and your father is very financially supportive of you. Is your mother supportive of you? Is your father supportive other than financially? Or
Well, my mom is more emotionally supportive, but my dad is more financially.
okay. Can you tell me a little bit about how your mom's emotionally supportive?
No, I
Is
just
she-
feel like I can call her, like, if anything is going on with this whole being depressed. She noticed and helped me get to the doctor.
Okay.
So she's there for those types of things, whereas Dad's not really a talker or a feeler, so we don't really talk on that level.
Okay. So I hear you're saying that your mom's more supportive emotionally of you and noticed your initial signs of your position is described as depression and your father financially supports you. Okay. So I know our time is coming to a close, but I just had a couple more questions I wanted to ask you. And what would it be like if your depression symptoms got worse?
Well, if they get any worse, I'll stop going to classes, which means that I stop doing homework and I probably wouldn't be in school anymore. And then I would have to go home, and that would not be a happy place to be for right now. My mom would push a lot of her responsibilities on me. So when I am at home, I do take on a lot more responsibilities with my brother and sister. So I really don't want that to happen.
Okay. Can you tell me just a little bit about the responsibilities you take on with your brother and your sister?
Well, my mom wants me to fix them dinner and get them ready and watch them all the time when I'm at home, and those are things that she should do.
Okay.
So,
Okay. There could be a little bit of inappropriate parental boundaries that might be crossed there. Okay. And can you tell me what it would be like if your depression went away altogether, if it was completely eliminated and you didn't have any of these feelings or symptoms anymore? What would your life be like?
well, I would be doing good in school. I would get up and go to class. I would go out and have fun with my friends and not go home.
I see, and just talking about that puts a big smile on your face.
Yeah.
So, in working with me, what do you want to see change?
Well, I hope to figure out why this started, and so we can figure it out and move forward so I don't have to feel like this anymore.
Okay. Okay. I want to propose something to you. Now, I know that you mentioned that you only live about an hour away from home. So, would it be all right if we invited your mother to come in for a session with us? Do you think that she would, number one, be willing, and number two, be able to come?
I definitely think she would be willing. Anytime she can be in my business, she would like to.
Okay.
But I don't know. I guess it's okay.
Okay, I don't want to push you, so if you don't think it's not okay, then
If it'll help.
okay. Okay. Well, next time I want you to go ahead and ask your mom if she would mind coming down for our next Thursday appointment. If she would be willing, that would be great. So just go ahead and talk to her, and I thank you for coming in to talk to me today. Thanks. This is session number 2. Thank you for coming again today, Katie, and I see you brought your mother with you.
Hi, my name is Taylor.
Hi, nice to meet you. So I just want to recap a little bit of what Katie and I talked about last session when she was here. She kind of said that you're a very emotionally supportive parent of her, and sometimes her father and you get into some fights and stuff, and you, maybe not you, but her father, you two together bring Katie into it sometimes, and it might just feel a little bit uncomfortable for her. And she did mention that her father is the primary financial support in her life.
He is. He's the backing financially for most of the things that we have is her father. But I also work a job, so I still like the family's immediate kind of things. I pay for food, clothing, stuff like that.
Okay, great. So last week she also described just a little bit more about her home situation, which I kind of touched on a little bit, but you got into some fights and where she has to possibly console her sister and her brother and take care of her sister and her brother if you guys, either you or her father, want to go out somewhere. She also mentioned that she's pretty close to her sister and not very close with her brother because he doesn't like to do the family activities as much.
Well, I see like Katie and her sister are stuck at the hip, and there's no room for her brother to make a connection with them. And since Katie's close to her sister, then she needs to be the one to take care of her like that, I feel.
What? That does not make any sense. You're the parent. That's your child. I should be her sister.
Okay, ladies. Okay, so I'm going to propose something else here. I know Katie had mentioned to me last week that she is going to be returning home for her fall break. And, you know, Katie, I want to give you a little bit of a homework assignment, per se. You can think of it that way if you want. I just want you to, like, take a little bit of notes or a journal, and I want you to write down every time that your mother or your father, I know he's out of the house, but I don't know whose house you go to, but every time one of them asks you to take care of your younger sister, take care of your younger brother, cook dinner for them, watch them, I want you to just take a couple notes on that if you think that'll be valuable. Okay. This is the third session. I want to welcome you back, Katie and Taylor, and I hope you had a great fall break at home, Katie.
It was fun. I did the homework that you told me to do. And I think because we met last time and she was here, she was more aware of asking me to do things because she didn't ask me to watch my sister as much. So, but she did ask me to watch her for 2 hours Friday night while she went and watched a movie with her friends, and 3 hours on Sunday so she could help with church. And I don't mind watching her because I love her, but it shouldn't be my responsibility the whole time I'm home for break.
Yes. Okay. All right. Well, Taylor, did you feel that you didn't ask her as much because you were here last time and you saw where she was coming from?
Yeah, well, I see what she means, that she isn't the mother of her sister. So I still asked her to help me because I need help, but I didn't ask her as much. I was more aware of when I was asking her to help me.
Okay. All right. Well, you know, ladies, I want to do a little skit here. It's a little role play, and it's actual role reversal. So, Katie, you're going to act as your mother, and Taylor, you're going to act as your daughter, Katie. And Taylor, what I want you to do, Katie, what I want you to do as the mother is ask your daughter to do her a favor and watch your sister.
Okay.
So if you ladies would like to.
Sure.
Katie, can I ask you a question?
What now, Mom?
Can you watch your little sister? I need you to stay here, cook dinner, watch your sister, and I'm going to the movies with my friend.
Mom, this isn't fair. I have plans, and I don't want to stay home.
Okay. Katie, do you feel that's how you normally react when your mom asks you to do something?
Yeah, because how ridiculous does that sound? Like, because she wants to go do something, I have to watch her. That's not fair. And she told me, she said, I have to ask you a question, and then didn't ask. She told me. She demanded it.
Okay. And so do you feel you commonly react like she did and roll your eyes and do all that kind of stuff, or
Yeah, I probably do.
okay? And how did that feel looking at your mother acting as you rolling your eyes?
I mean, I see the unnecessary attitude.
Okay. And Taylor, did you recognize anything that you could have asked her in a different way or said something different?
I could have probably used a different tone than I know I do sometimes bark at her about, stay home, watch your sister. But I probably should have, been more responsible and maybe asked her in advance and made sure it was okay with her to watch her sister for me.
Okay. Okay. Well, time is almost up for today, so I want to thank you very much, Taylor, for coming to our sessions. And Katie, thank you again for coming. And next week I'll see you alone.
Okay.
So, thank you very much.
Bye, Mom.
Bye. This is starting the 4th session and the final session. Welcome back, Katie. So I just wanted to hear just a real quick of how you think it went when your mother was here.
Well, I think it went okay. I think it helped her see my side of things,
I agree.
and it helped me see her side.
Exactly.
She has a lot going on, and now that my dad's not at home, it's like she has more to do. So yeah, she does need help sometimes.
Okay. Okay. And I just wanted to go over a few things because this is our last session, and I just want you to see that you have come a long way. You've described things at home with your mother as getting better since we've had her in our sessions. Okay, and you've had to watch your sister a lot less than you have in the past.
Yeah.
Okay, and did you bring your journal from this past week back with you?
Yeah.
Okay, and did it seem like you had your mother asked you less to watch your sister or more than the initial fall break?
No, it was less.
Okay.
It was less.
Great, great. Well, I just want to go over a few things with you, and within a family, there's really appropriate boundaries and appropriate roles that each person in the family should hold, and you as the child do not need to be taking the parental role. That's more of your mother, and like you said, you're in college and you're stressing about grades and everything, so right now, your main role is to be the child and focus on college and getting your grades up, and I'm not saying that it's not appropriate for you to ever watch your sister, but I think you and your mother know now that it's more appropriate for her to watch. And if, like she said when she was here last session, if she wants you to watch her, then she needs to ask you maybe a week or so or a couple days in advance. And she did say also that she realizes that she can't ask you the way that she has been and saying that she needs you to do something or needs you to do this. So I think that you both have really gone over that. So I also want to go over with you just some ways if she is asking you to do something and you don't want to or you feel it's not your responsibility, I want you to know and learn how to say no to her. And just not as stern as in your role play you two portrayed, but in a nice way, and just kind of reminding her that she is the parent and that is her role to do. Do you think you can work on that with your mom?
I think I can. We can work on it together.
Great, great. Well, I have been holding all of your previous journals that you've been keeping for me, and I just wanted you to see and just look over all of the far you've come and just everything that you've learned and worked with.
I realized that I can't take on everyone else's role. Like you said, it's my mom's role to be the parent. And since my parents have separated, there's been a lot of stress on our family dynamics. So it's put a lot of stress on me, and that might be probably is where some of my depression comes from, taking on different roles that aren't necessarily mine and stressing about it.
Yes.
So
Exactly. Well, I think that you've mentioned earlier, I'm not sure if you know exactly that you did it, but I think you've set some goals for yourself as you continue on here. And I think that learning how to say no, number one, and realizing that it's not your role, like you just said, and it's your parents' role to do this, and you need to be yourself. So I think those goals and keeping up with that with your mother is a good thing. And just continuing to take a look at your options and everything. So do you have any other questions for me today?
not today.
Okay, well, I just want you to know that it's We're always open if you think you need to schedule another appointment to come in and talk with me. You can go ahead and call. You have the number here. So I want to thank you very much for coming, and I've definitely seen a great improvement in you.
Thank you.
you.